Sadhakas, welcome. Salutations to all. Today is International Yoga Day. Yoga is Upayam. Yoga is that means by which we regain our lost peace, or we regain our lost freedom, or we regain our lost infinitude, or we regain our lost infinite bliss. So, any method by which this is achieved, all that is yoga. So many masters envisaged so many yoga paddhatis to reach the God. Although today internationally yoga sadhana yoga day is celebrated at the stula body exercise yoga level, let them do, but let us welcome all definitions of yoga if they are helping us in nearing to the truth. Let us respect all of them. Let us understand as many as of them, and let us see among them which are the ones which are required for us, suitable to us, doing which in complementation that we are able to evolve in our own journey. That way we can help ourselves. As regards others are concerned, wonderful. Whoever comes to us saying about whatever the yoga sadhana they are doing, no criticizing, no finding faults with them, no trying to, what do you say, educate them about something when they are not ready. Encourage in whatever the way they are doing, provided all that leads to the divine glory. So the International Yoga Day, it's very good. Crores and crores people do. We also can do few of the yoga asanas. But for us, the yoga is only to know the self, the truth, the reality. That yoga marga of the jnana we have taken up. So there is the jnana yoga marga in which through vicharana we just reach to the truth reality which is one without second in our own heart and same everywhere. Anything else is just superimposition, not real independent of this reality. There is another yoga marga of bhakti wherein we take the whole universe as the effect. We see the cause, the Ishvara with his infinite powers, and through utter utmost devotion, we approach that Lord. That also a most beautiful, enchanting, sweet yoga marga, the bhakti, where the upasanas are there, the prayers are there, the chants are there, the variety of prakriyas are there. Oh, it's a huge ocean. Wonderful it is. Excellent. You saw yesterday the Ratha Yatra, the other day. Every 10 days in India, you have huge procession of some or the other great bhakti sadhana happening somewhere or the other in the nation. Apart from the major festivals of Ganapati Utsava, Janmashtami, Deepavali, Dashahara, other than these things, Kumbh Melas, Rathotsavas, yesterday you saw the Brahmotsavas. How wonderful! Ki lakhs and lakhs people in devotion they approach the God. That's how all are taken care by the Lord, care of by the God. So it's a very sweet marga. As many temples, Devata, Vigrahas, Upasanas we have in Bharata Mata, where else you find in the whole universe? So those who do that, let us not criticize them, saying that no, Aham Brahmasmi Vedanta alone is great. Every path is great in its own way. All have come from the Lord only. So therefore, the bhaktas in their singing the glory of the Lord in that ecstasy, they also transcend their individuality and upadhis and merge with the Lord. So they are also authentic, sanctioned, beautiful paths. So the Bhakti Marga is so wonderful. Never criticize them when they do. And if you are a Bhakta, don't criticize again. the Vedanta Marga. It has its own beauty of deep inquiry, contemplation, which is so tough to do because living life at the intellect level itself is so tough. And using that intellect for the inquiry into the truth, basing on the Shastra, is also tough. So much tough as that of devotion, where every day you have to do the upasanas, the pujas, the japas, the bhajana, the kirtana, the shravana. It is not an easy thing. So wonderful our Rishi Munis, they only in their own meditation, as told by the Lord, for the sake of the Jiva's evolution, have brought in front of us the various methods, paddhatis, upayas to reach to the divine and get freed from the bondages. They are called as yogas. Then we have our the yoga sadhana, Ashtanga yoga, Chitta Vritti Nirodha yoga. Yoga, Chitta Vritti Nirodha. It has its own beautiful way where we become aware of the Chitta, its vrittis, its modes, its variety of upsurges, arrivals. Then through the Abhyasa and Vairagya, through the Sampragnata, Samadhi Paddhatis, by doing the Nirodha of the Vritti, that self which is colored by the Vrittis when they are in the Vyuttana Sthiti, that self is independently recognized. Swarupe Avasthanam. That is called as Kaivalyam. How wonderful is that path also. If you go through all the sutras of Yoga Darshanam, study them with bhashyas and vrittis, how great that itself by independently itself it is a giver of moksha. The Kapila, the Munis, the Patanjali are the great rishis, how deeply they have entered into the study of the chitta, every minutest aspect. They understood and they explained to us how to manage them, transcend them, then reach to that reality. So, luckily, on today's International Yoga Day, after this class, within few minutes, we are going to start the second Samadhi Pada of our Yoga Darshanam also. Good. Then we have the Karma Yoga Sadhana, which is so important in the world. Actually, those who contribute to the world's progress, safety, security, happiness, evolution, they are karma yogis more than the other three. The other three are selfish fellows. Sit at home and do their own sadhana. But these are the karma yogins who sweat out throughout the day in serving the world in every aspect that's required. Is it not? The karma yoga of involving in the services without ego, without selfishness, without tiredness, without complaints, without demands. Do you think it is an easy thing? So tough it is. So many are there in this world. The great, great karma yogis. So many. In fact, barring that little of ego and selfishness, every politician is a karma yogi. We have to salute them. Barring that arrogance and some selfishness, every doctor, lawyer, engineer, and army person, all of them are karma yogis. Every of that Safai Karmachari, they're all karma yogis. Every businessman, every of the civil servants, every of them are, they are taking their salary, okay, because they have to survive. But morning till evening, physically going to those respective places and doing all the things with love in the mind, with clarity that through our profession we have to serve the world. All are karma yogis. Every farmer is a karma yogi, is it not? Every of the teachers who are in the schools, colleges, continuously teaching, every of the youngsters who are on various fields, let us IT कहो से कहीं भी कहो, business में कहो, sales में कहो, everywhere they are karma yogis. The great scientists, they're all karma yogi. So the whole world is filled with karma yogis only. At home, the homemaker women, they're all karma yogis only. सो द रेडी पे सब्जी बेचने वाले या छोटे दुकान लगाने वाले किराया जो भी है, all of them are great karma yogins. So the world is full of karma yogins more. Yeah, the bhakti yogis are little lesser than karma yogi. Then ashtanga yogis, they don't know completely, but they just do some. Jnana yogis are less in number. So we have to acknowledge the contribution of the karma yogins in this world. As regards ourselves are concerned, all the four we have to do every day. The Ashtanga Yoga part of trying to manage our chitta for its vrittis, our Bhakti Yoga of devoting to the Ishvara because of whom alone whole world is there and we are there. Finally, the Tattva Jnana of the Jnana Yoga. There are again the different, how many? The secondary yogas, which are the sub branches of any of these, plenty of them are there. Yeah, then Kundali Yoga they talk about. Then the Chakra Bhedana Yoga they talk about. All of them also are the beautiful paths. The Nadi Shodhana Yoga, the Laya Prakriya Yoga, the Pranayama Yoga, all of them are paddhatis which evolve the jiva towards the divine. So, on the international front, on Yoga Day, when everyone remembers and celebrates the yoga, for asanas, very good welcome. But we remembered by God's grace, yoga means all upaya by which we evolve from human to divine, not limiting its definition. Yuja, yoga to yoke. See in Bhagavad Gita, all 18 chapters are called as karma yoga only. Arjuna Vishada bhi yoga ho gaya wahan. Even Vishada can be yoga from that if you learn the Vairagya and Mumukshata, like that. Karma yoga. Arjuna Vishada yoga, Sankhya yoga, karma yoga, Jnana karma sannyasa yoga, Atma samyama yoga, Jnana vijnana yoga, Akshara parabrahma yoga, Raja vidya, Raja guha yoga, Vibhuti yoga, Vishwarupa darshana yoga, Bhakti yoga, kshetragna vibhaga yoga, Gunatraya vibhaga yoga, Purushottam prapti yoga, Daivasura sampad vibhaga yoga, Shraddhatra vibhaga yoga, Moksha sannyasa yoga. Is it not? Now we have one whole text taught by Sri Vasishtaji to Rama is called Yoga Vasishta Ramayana. It is a Yoga Vasishta Ramayana. Then we are studying our Patanjala Yoga Darshanam. So Vedanta is also yoga, Bhakti is also yoga, the Jnana also is yoga, Karma also is yoga. Then the Chakra Bhedanam also is yoga, Nadi Shodhanam also is yoga. So all are great masters who have given the different paths to the differently suitable individuals. We will consult our gurus and whatever is suitable for us, we select 1, 2, 3, 4, complementing each other with one sadhana predominant, and let us find our own way for our moksha. Others encourage them. Na buddhi vedam janayeta. Don't do the buddhi veda of anyone who does their own spiritual sadhanas. Excellent it is. So congrats. Every day be a international yoga day or our only the two things only life. One bhoga and roga, second is yoga and Paramananda bhaga. So everyone imagine in the world have become yogis. Everybody will be in a bliss only. How can there be quarrels and fightings? It is the bhoga which creates all yuddha. It is only a yoga which creates all ananda without any fightings, etc. So good that the whole universe, wonder, whole world has accepted today's day, barring few, obviously, the nations who are against Hinduism for their own, whatever you call it. For that hatred, they don't agree. Otherwise, there are few people, even though they belong to those communities, but they accept it. It's good. तो दुनिया में क्या है ना, 100% कोई किसी चीज को कोई अग्री नहीं करते, अदरवाइज वो एरोगेंस होता है. दैट इज द वे द शो गोज ऑन. लेट अस नॉट वरी अबाउट इट, but good, the world has recognized to begin with the the exercise type of yoga. We shouldn't pray. They study our Bharatiya Shastras and they understand the Ashtanga Yoga or the Chittavritti Nirodha Yoga also and evolve. Let us take this to the world next. Then let us take the third one, the Bhakti Yoga aspect. See, one organization is taking Bhakti Yoga across the globe. There are many organizations which are taking the Ashtanga Yoga to the or the Chittavritti Nirodha Yoga to the globe. And there are great masters like Puja Gurudev and all. They have taken the Vedanta Jnana Yoga to the globe. And the whole world deserves it, needs it every time, the Jivas, individually and Vesti and Samashti also. So let us remember all the rishis who brought all the yogas to us. But for all the yoga, the Adi Yogi is Bhagavan himself. Saluting him, let us pray that all the jivas in the world become yogis to discover the divinity in them, get liberated from all limitations, individualities, differentiations, and all sorts of samsara and suffering. Mainly, we also can rededicate ourselves more consciously to our yoga sadhanas. Good, we are doing the Jnana Yoga now through our Vedanta Vicharana of Taittiriya Upanishad. Then the Ashtanga Yoga we are doing through the study of Patanjali Yoga Darshanam after this class. Throughout the day, wherever we are in Karma Yoga. As we come in the evening through Ramayana and Bhagavatam, we are doing the Bhakti Yoga. What Hanumanji is doing is Bhakti Yoga only now. Gone to Sita Mata, then talking to her, giving her encouragement. Wonderful it is. He is doing Karma and Bhakti, Dono Yoga. And in our Ramayanam, Adya Bhagavatam, we are seeing the great discussion of Suta Shaunakadi. Will be told today about Markandeya Rishis Tapasya. Great, great. And also in the 10th Skandha, we will see that Bhagavan Krishna continuing the service of the world through the next generation. Rukmini Vivaha is over, Krishna Rukmini. So, Taittiriya Upanishad, Patanjali Yoga Darshanam, Mundaka Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam Dvadasha, Bhagavatam Dashama, Adhyatma Ramayana, Parayanas, all yogas, luckily, we are without our much of awareness or knowledge, innocently doing as ordained, ordered by our rishis and gurus. That itself is blessing us. Lucky are those who are not using intellect and ego and just coming to all classes and listening. Unfortunate are those whose ego and unnecessary intellect is popping up and doing the comparative studies or comparison and leaving this and leaving that and going nowhere, cheating themselves. So we are lucky. Whether we understand or not thoroughly, let us do about it later. But we are regular, we are serious, we are simple, we are at the feet of our Rishi Guru Devata Parampara Shruti Mata, and they by giving this knowledge slowly unfolding us. And you and I throughout our spiritual life journey maintain this simplicity, maintain this humbleness, and allow them to bless us. Let us remain as the children only. Let us remain as the simple seekers, unassumed. Whatever knowledge comes, let us use it, whatever we can use up to. Other than that, कृपा करो भगवान, कृपा करो, दया करो गुरु महाराज. ऐसा ही हमारा जीवन आगे चलता रहेगा. Congrats once again and on the Yoga Day International. Now let us do the chanting today of the mantra. Mm, This is what one? Let us do the chanting of the Keno Upanishad Wala first Shanti mantra. Apyayantu mamangani. From today for 6 times every day, maybe for 5-6 days. Namo Vache we have done for 4 days. केन उपनिषद उसके सामने जो मंत्र है उससे शुरू में, that is the mantra. All the Upanishads belonging to that particular Veda, they have this as the mantra. Let us chant. Om Apyayantu mamangani Vak Pranaha Chakshuh Shrotram Atho Balam Indriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarot Anirakaranamasto Anirakaranam me asto Tadatmani nirate ye Upanishatsu dharmaha te mayi santo Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So Om means that Parabrahma Bhagavan in all his expressions in the manifest world, especially as Devatas. Mama Angani Apyayantu. See to it that may he see that all our Stula Sharira Angas, Sukshma Indriya Angas, or Sukshma Antaranga, Antakarana Apyayantu. May the God bless them to have individual perfection, mutual coordinating perfection. That's the meaning of Apyayantu Mamangani. Some of them mentioned here Vaku, Pranaha, Chakshuhu, Shrotram. So Vak Karmendriya, Prana Prana Shakti, Chakshu Shrotram is Jnanendriyam ka pratika. Atho Balam is the physical strength. Indriyani cha Sarvani, it can be Antakarna we can take. Then Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam. Everything is the Brahma Tattva as explained in the Upanishads. Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam. Then Ma Aham Brahma Nirakuryam. May not do the Nirakarana of the Brahma Tattva and take the name and form of the world as real and suffer. May not do that. Then Ma Brahma Nirakarot. May the Brahman do not do the Nirakarana of me by not revealing himself to us. Let him reveal to us. So Anirakaranamastu, Anirakaranam me astu. So may I not do rejection of Brahman. May the Brahman do not reject us. Then Tad Atmani Upanishatsu Nirate Ye Dharmaha Te Mayi Santu Te Mayi Santu. So all the Upanishad sadhana dharmas which lead me to the Upanishad Vedya Atma Brahma Anubhuti, all those dharmas of starting from Viveka Vairagyadi Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampada, then the Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam, then the Anubhuti, then the Nishtha in Aham Brahmasmi, Te Mahi Santu, Te Mahi Santu. May all of them be in me. Most suitable is this mantra among all the mantras for us who are studying the Vedanta Upanishads. Great it is. So I told you the meaning. Now chant Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranaha Chakshuhu Shrotram Atho Balam Indriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarot Anirakaranamastu Anirakaranam me astu Tadatmani nirate ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ओमाप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ओमाप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ओमाप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमतो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोद निराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मेऽस्तु तदा त्वन्निर्ते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्तिः 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 ओमाप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोद अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. So taking the Om as Paramatma, then consciously knowing the meaning of this mantra and having that meaning consciously on the surface of our Manabuddhi, then while chanting the mantra, extending with faith these prayers to that Om Lord is the way this has to be chanted regularly. Receiving this, our prayers, the Lord will bless us with whatever we have asked through these prayers. That is how we will be evolving in our life through the grace of the divine. See, it is in Vedas, but in Veda mantra also there is bhakti, there is upasana, there is prarthana. That means there is a samashti, the Lord to take care of us, the Veshtis. Therefore, it is a job of Veshti, two jobs. One is do what samashti says, second, invoke samashti's grace, Ishvara's grace through all these upasanas, pujas, and prarthanas. Clear? Now, tad atmani nirate me, my, that is the meaning here. I who is relentless in my desire to experience the Atma Vastu. Such me, in such me. Tada Atmani nirte me. Ye Upanishad Dharma te mai santu. To me, who is interested through the study of Upanishads, to realize the Atma Anubhava, not only in me, everywhere, in me. All those lead to this Anubhuti called as Upanishad Dharmas. Let all of them be in me all the time. Great prayer it is. So we have done it. Now let us continue. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsa Rishibhyo Mahatbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषये भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणा मूर्तये नमः. ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ओम भवयेव भवानिति मे नितरां समजायत चेतसि कौतुकिता मम वारय मोहमहाजनधिं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्. ओम ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं बलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्या समस्त साधन योग साधन समस्त योग परमात्मा प्राप्ति प्रति ये सन्ति समस्त योगाचार्य श्रुति योगाचार्य श्रुति समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्य ऋषि मुनि गुरु देवता योगाचार्य गण गुरुभ्यो नमः. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. समस्त देवताभ्यो नमः. वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादि ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो नमः. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. तेषां सर्वेषां गुरूणां देवतानां परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातु अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य निर्विघ्नेन अतिशीघ्रगतिना अस्मिन् क्षणे एव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः हैन्दवसंस्कृतेः समस्त योगसाधनानां शास्त्रोक्तज्ञानानां गुरुपरम्परायाः ईश्वरदेवतापरम्परायाः संस्कृतेः सम्प्रदायानां च पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण समस्त सकल विश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति द्वारा विश्व शांति कल्याण एकता प्राप्ति द्वारा समस्त जीवकोटीनाम् अभिवृद्ध्यर्थं ये ये भक्ताः साधकाः धर्मनिष्ठाः धर्मसंस्थापकाः अस्मिन् कार्ये नित्यनिरन्तरं रताः भगवत्कृपया तेषां सर्वेषां विघ्नशत्रुनिर्मूलन साधना शक्ति संपदा अवाप्ति आनुकूल्यता प्राप्ति द्वारा नित्यनिरन्तर धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजयार्थं श्री कृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः श्री आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम यस्मात् जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रणीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। येरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ओम तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मरात्मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरचयिनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। ओम शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावेत तद्वक्तारमावेत आवेन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम्। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली अष्टमोऽनुवाकः। ओम भीषास्माद्वातः पवते भीषोदेति सूर्यः भीषास्मादग्निश्चेन्द्रश्च मृत्युर्धावति पञ्चमयिते सैषानन्दस्य मीमांसा भवति युवा स्यात् साधु युवाध्यायकः आशिष्टो दृढिष्टो बलिष्ठः तस्येयं पृथिवी सर्वा वित्तस्य पूर्णा स्यात् सैको मानुष आनन्दः ते शतं मानुष आनन्दाः सैको मनुष्यगन्धर्वाणामानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतं मनुष्यगन्धर्वाणामानन्दाः सैको देवगन्धर्वाणामानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतं देवगन्धर्वाणामानन्दाः स एकः पितॄणां चिरलोकलोकानामानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतं पितॄणां चिरलोकलोकानामानन्दाः स एकः आजानजानां देवानामानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतमाजानजानां देवानामानन्दाः स एकः कर्मदेवानां देवानामानन्दः ये कर्मणा देवानभियन्ते श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतं कर्मदेवानां देवानामानन्दाः स एको देवानामानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतं देवानामानन्दाः स एक इन्द्रस्यानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतमिन्द्रस्यानन्दाः स एको बृहस्पतेरानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतं बृहस्पतेरानन्दाः स एकः प्रजापतेरानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतं प्रजापतेरानन्दाः स एको ब्रह्मण आनन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य स यश्चायं पुरुषे यश्चासावादित्ये स एकः स य एवंविद अस्मात् लोकात् प्रेत्य एतमन्नमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रामते एतं प्राणमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रामते एतं मनोमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रामते एतं विज्ञानमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रामते एतमानन्दमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रामते तदप्येष श्लोको भवते। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। Friends, what a beautiful is this Taittiriya Upanishad. Though you can finish it in 10 days also, going through the mantras, explaining literal meaning, but we are putting our due efforts to study this Upanishad through the Adi Shankara Bhashyam. If our memories were to be of the highest order, right from beginning, everything would be remembered and in synchronization, coordination with all the past mantras and vallis and anuvaka, we could have really thoroughly enjoyed. Never mind yet whichever the anuvaka we are studying, We are trying at least to grasp few percentage of it, percentage if not 100%. Now we are into the conclusion of the Ashtama Anuvaka. Ashtama Anuvaka in two topics. First one, through Bhishasmat Vata Pavate, Brahma Astitva Pratipadana is once more done. Om Narayana. Om, Om, Om. Later on, the Brahmananda or Ananda Meemamsa is done, and in that, remember, two types of Anandas are talked. One is the Utkarsha, Avakarsha, Yukta Ananda. That goes up to the Hiranyagarbha Brahmadeva Ananda. Sayeko Brahmana Ananda. And there is another Ananda which is free from Utkarsha, Avakarsha, that is the Parabrahma Ananda. This Parabrahma is the goal of ours. That is what the Parabrahma only, Brahma Vidapnoti Param, it is said. All the Meemamsa Ananda ka purpose यही है. Even the Brahmadeva's Ananda also is Viprusha only in compared to the Brahma Ananda, Parabrahma Ananda. Therefore, seek that Parabrahma Ananda is the message we have to catch if we have gone through the entire thing studied. Now the beauty is what? As the ananda of each of the levels of devatas grows through two paddhatis. One of doing yajnayaga upasana and deserving those lokas or levels or evolutions. Second paddhati was these three sadhanas of shrotriyatva, avrujinatva and akamahatatva. In the same way, the Utkarsha Abakarsha Rahita Parabrahma Paramatma Ananda, which is called as Advaita Ananda, which is called as Satyam Jnanavanantam Brahma, that also is gained by Shrotriyatva, Avrujinatva, but more than these two, the Akamaha Tattva. Therefore, the life has only two things to achieve. One, the Parabrahma Paramatma Ananda, further Akamaha Tattva. Any kamana of any sort, when transcended consciously, all of them. No, that's the meaning of ihaiva sarve praviliyanti kamaha or yada sarve pramuchyante kamayasya hridishritaha. See the next line. Atha martyah amrutah bhavati atra brahma samashrute. Here only the mortal becomes immortal. Here only transcending jiva bhava, he experiences Brahma Tattva. So this was the thing we were discussing from last couple of days. Having done all that portion, we have come to the Phala Shruti aspect of it. Okay. Then in that Phala Shruti aspect of it, why Aditya Grahanam, that is said because in Aditya only Murta, Amurta, everything get completed. Aditya is he into whom all the murtas enter into become amurta. From the Aditya only every amurta comes back to express as the murta. That way here Aditya, though the seen Surya is taken, but through him what is meant is the Samashti Hiranyagarbha only. Clear? Now in him, because he is the Parakasta of the Murta and Amurta, in him the Utkarsha and Apakarsha of the Ananda reaches to a summit. Therefore he is taken as the other that side extreme. Here it is we are Jiva. We are discussing the sentence Sayaschayam Purushe Yasya Savaditya. In short, in our own simple language, what we have to understand is that Brahman who is discovered in me, the Purusha beyond Panchakosha, alone is there beyond, behind. That the Ishvara as well as the Karana, that Paramatma, who is called as Surya here. So we are the Jiva, he is the Ishvara. We are the Karya, he is the Karana. We are the Vyashti, he is the Samashti. So in the Vyashti, Karya, Jiva. In the Samashti, Karana, Ishvara. Same Purusha is there. Thus, on that one Purusha, when we have not recognized him as our own self, is these two things. The Vyashti, Samashti, Jiva, Ishvara, then Karya, Karana are superimposed. And we are lost in that. So, through the intellectual knowledge, by transcending the both Vyashti Samashti Upadhis, We have to, on the seat of meditation, discover that supreme truth, which is all pervading, expressing through all, yet untouched by anything, or which has allowed everything to manifest on itself through his own Shakti, yet he doesn't undergo any change or modification or loss. On that Parabrahma, we have to attend. Our focus is. That's called the Vedantic way of realizing the truth or the self and coming out of the clutches of untruth and not self. Now, what is taken up next is Saya evam vita asmat lokat pretya. Etam annamaya atmanam vasangramati. Etam pranamaya atmanam vasangramati. Okay, that is a very, very beautiful thing Bhagavan Adi Shankara has explained to us. We have seen yesterday. So the thing is Saha Yaha Evam Vito. Saha Yaha Evam Vito. That person, whoever he may be, Evam Vito. In this way, when he knows. Saya Evam Vito. Then what will happen to him? Asmat lokat pretya etamannamaya atmanam pasangramati. Each of these three sentences are of $1,000,000 importance. One, saya evam vita. Second is asmat lokat pretya. Third one is etam annamaya atmanam pasangramati. These three are very, very crucial things to understand. So, saya evam with is he. Who is he? Ki sahaya kaschit evam yathoktam brahma utsrujya utkarshabhakarsham advaitam satyam jnanam anantam asmi iti evam veti iti evam veti. In this way, the one who is the knower. Who is he that? He who knows himself to be that Brahman. Point one. Which Brahman, which is defined or explained with the Lakshanas of Satyam Jnanam Anantam. And which is that Brahman, which is Ekameva Advayam. And which is that Brahman in whom there is no more Utkarsha and Apakarsha anymore of the Anand. सो आनंद का उत्कर्ष अपकर्ष नहीं रहने वाला कंप्लीट आनंद वाला अद्वैत वाला सत्यम ज्ञानम अनंतम नामक जो ब्रह्म है the one who discovers that to be himself, that is called as saha evam with. And that how he has done yathokta prakarena. And what is the yathokta prakarena? Through the contemplation, through the panchakosha viveka, and also through the variety of establishment of Brahma Astitva, it was shown. All the purposes of all that was to take us to the experience of the Atma Paramatma only in us. Whether it is talked about the Tasmadvaya Tasmadakmana Akasha Sambhudaha, or it is said that the Panchakoshas like Panchi, the word, the birds that is explained, is it not? Then it was talked about Tat Sruštva Tadevanupravishatu Tadanupravishya Satchatyacha Bhavatu. All these theories are only to draw our attention, to draw our identity to that Brahma Vastu only. Every of these sentences are prakriyas to take us to the Lord. Just like every of the Vibhuti Yoga of the 10th chapter is a prakriya to take us to the Lord. Just like everything which is said to have come from the Parabrahma in the Mundaka Upanishad are meant for taking us near to the God. Here also, whatever was discovered, explained so far, all of that is to take us near to the Lord. So, through these inquiries, through the transcending of the Upadhis, the one who discovers his own Brahma Tattva in this way. And for this purpose only, all these, what you say, Bhishasmad Vata Pavate is said, or before that, Asanneva Sabhavati Asad Brahmedi, every sentence's purpose there. Asti Brahmeti Ched Veda Santavenam Tato Vidruditi Taseshe Aisha Sharira Atma Yah Purvasya Athatonu Prashnaha Uta Vidvanamam Lokam Bretya कश्चन गच्छति आहो विद्वानमं लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चित् समश्नुता ऊषो कामयत बहुस्या प्रजा येति स तपोतप्यत स तपस्तप्त्वा इदगं सर्वमसृजत् यदिदं किञ्च तत्सृष्ट्वा तदेवानुप्राविशत् तदनुप्रविश्य सच्चत्यच्चाभवत् निरु all that every one of them Purpose of that is only this. Then dasadva idamagra asita tato vai sadjayata tadatmanagga swayam kuruta yadvai tat sukrutam raso vai saha rasaggahyevayam labdva nandi bhavati kokyevanyat kah pranyat yadesha akasha anando nasyat esha hyevanandayati. Every sentence here meant in that any number of explanations are given, logics are given, examples are given. The purpose of every one of them is to bring our notice to that Brahman, and that Brahman as our essential self. Then ko hyevanyat ka pranyat yadesha akasha anando na syat yesha heva anandayati yada heva yesha he tasmin adrushya anatme anirukte anilayane abhayam pratishtam vindate ataso bhayanga uto bhavati yada heva yesha he tasmin ut aram antaram kurute atatasya bhayam bhavati tatveva bhayam vidusho manva nasya tadapyesha shloko bhavati. So listening all these from the guru teacher through the bhashya, the one who has developed his attention, understanding, as well as identity with the Brahman, and finally in his own Hridaya Kohara. That is what he said. No, Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam. That Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam, here and this Yaha Evam Vitu, they go together. Shaya Evam Vitu, who really truly means the business and reaches to that Brahman through all this. And all of this is happening in the closed eyes on the seat of contemplation, through the contemplation and inquiry, burning away or rejecting away all those obstacles in the understanding of the existence of Brahman, and in the understanding of Brahmans to be substratum, in the understanding of everything to be superimposed on Brahman, finally in the understanding that Brahman is me. The most important is the last one, that Brahman is me. That is why in this Bhashya it is said कि क्या कहा उन्होंने कि श्रोत्रिय प्रत्यक्ष सत्यम ज्ञानम अनंतम अस्मि 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 इति एवं वेत्ति इति एवं वित्. Please, the Vedanta Jnana is absolutely zero or complete if we never understand that Brahman, which is explained with all Lakshanas or mantras, to be our own self. If it is not understood, we have not understood Vedanta. If the Guru has not driven this point thoroughly, the Guru is not himself clear. So that Brahma Ahamasmi is the main thing. Because all that it is to search out the Brahman to be the Atma, or to discover the Atma to be the Brahman. That is why the Upanishad has done Pravartana, means purpose of the Upanishad's arrival, our studies for that only. Sahaya Kashchid Evam Yatoktam Brahma Utsrujya Utkarsha Advaitam अस्मि सत्यम ज्ञानम अनंतम अस्मि इति एवं वेत्ति इति एवं वित्. So evam shabdasya prakrita paramarasharthatvat. So evam means what? In this way. What latest what is said? Prakruta shabdasya evam shabdasya prakruta paramarsha arthatvat. Prakruta means what is just now dealt with. Paramarsha means to justify or confirm. Arthatvat is the purpose. And what was just now said? Saha yaha cha ayam purushe yaha cha asau aditye sa ekaha. No, it's a symbolic way of saying. But its conclusion is what? Ki whatever, wherever we see any Rupa Nama, Vyashti or Samashti, and in the Vyashti, the millions of Vyashtis are there. In and through all of them, what is permeated as a substratum is one only. Saha Ekaha. This is what we have to discover. And that Ekaha is inevitably, it is my own self. I am that. Saya evam with. If one truly comes to that experience of his identity with the Brahman, no more with any of the Upadhi, his own Panchakosha, no more in therefore Jiva Bhava, how he will express as. What is the Phala Shruti? This is what are these 5-6 sentences. In that, the second one is very important after this main thing. Main thing is Saya Evam Vitu. After that, the important thing is what? Asmatu lokatu pretya. Don't miss this sentence, which you have studied hundreds and thousands of times, this one. But here also, in this particular Upanishad, very crystal clearly it is put. Asmat lokat pretya means having gone from this loka. This loka means this our present familiar life of multiplicity, familiar life of क्या कहते हैं दृष्टा दर्शनम, familiar life of taking ourselves to be an isolated separate individuality, or this life of identifying ourselves with three dehas or panchakoshas, and then the familiar life of living like a jiva. You understand, as a vesti in all these three अवस्थास of जागृत स्वप्न सुषुप्ति, ये वाला लोक से जो हमारे लिए अभी फेमिलियर है प्रेत्या, having gone transcended, he will no more be in this realm wretched in which we are, of all limitations, all struggles, all fightings, and final result is only frustrations and miseries. He will not be in this world which is familiar to you and I, of duality, dualisms, identities with the little upadhis, struggling to make oneself happy by fulfilling the demands of those upadhis, and in that effort, struggling with other individuals, fighting with them, establishing the raga dvesha with them. ये सारा अस्मात् लोकात है. Pretya means gone beyond. Therefore, samsarat pretya, you can talk it as. But we have to be conscious in understanding asmat lokat pretya. What is asmat lokat according to Bhashyakara? He says asmat lokat means drushta adrushta ishta vishaya samudaya. He ayam lokaha. Drushta seen by our faculties. Adrushta not seen by but heard from the Shruti or others. Ishta means all variety of things which we desire. Drushta, adrushta, we all have understood. But the third word is more important. Don't miss it. It is ishta. So drushta ishta vishaya and adrushta ishta vishaya. He I am lokaha. See, right now we are living the life of ishta loka of drushta and adrushta. Ishta means desires. So all the world of desires of this and that, known and unknown, seen and unseen, from all that pretya he goes beyond. Same thing is called as the vairagyam, as it's called iha swarga bhogeshu ichharahityam at one level. At higher level, tad vairagyam dhyasaya darshana shravanadibhi dehadi brahma paryantehi anitye bhogavastuni or दृष्ट अनुश्रविक विषय वितृष्णस्य वशीकार संज्ञा वैराग्यम. This is called as asmat lokat pretya. He is no more in this world of samsara. Asmat lokat pretya. He is gone beyond. So beautiful it is. Once we have crossed this realm of entertaining in our mind only these thoughts of the ishta of this world, ishta of other world, and to fulfill the ishta of this world or gain the objects of ishta of this world, what an amount of terrible efforts we put. And the other local objects ishta, to fulfill that also, struggle of yajnas, upasanas, oh wow, they're all the limited happiness giving things only, they're all endful. So the one who discovers this Brahman as Atma, he is no more at this realm. He is in Brahmanubhuti. Point one. He is no more in the realm of I am Loka. Therefore, Asmat Loka Nitya. Number two. Third one is again important. Then how he expresses in the world. That is a beauty. And that is said as Etamannamayam Atmanam. Understand one? All other are understood. So, etam annamayam atmanam upasankramati is a very beautiful way to put it. Let us see the Bhashyakara's version of saying he annamayam atmanam upasankramati means what? See, sorry. Asmat lokat pretya means drushta adrushta ishta vishaya samudayo hi ayam lokaha tasmat lokat pretya means pratyavrutya means nirapeksho bhutva. So, pretya means pratyavritya. Pratyavritya means nirapeksho bhutva. So, having transcended this one means totally in his mind. Not even one thought of apekshas are left for the ishta vishayas of the drushta and adrushta loka. Zero. This is called vritti nirodha again in Veda, in our yoga bhasha. All the klishta vrittis are gone completely. So nirapeksha means what? They won't come in his mind at all. That sthiti he has reached. Therefore, there is no more samsara. In the mind, when these thoughts for the drushta and adrushta loka ishta come powerfully as desires, that we struggle to become the doer as well as to get the result and become the enjoyer. अगर ये सारी चीजें हमारे मन में आते ही नहीं, वेद संसार बताओ. That is the beauty of that nirapeksha. Pretya means pratyavritya means nirapeksha. Pretya is the word used in the Upanishad. Asmad lokat pretya. Bhagavan preitya means prati avrutya, means with returning from that. What is the meaning of returning from that? Not becoming extroverted. What is the meaning of it? That nirapeksha. So in him there are no desires and thoughts which create the outgoing tendency or which push him to go away from other than apart from his own self. अपने आत्म तत्व से दूर भगाने वाले कोई भी ऐसे इष्ट दुष्ट और अदृष्ट वस्तु के प्रति इनका अपेक्षा है. इन सब के प्रति उनका निरपेक्ष हो गया. So nothing makes him go away from the self. That's the meaning of nirapeksha. Then how he expresses in the world? He doesn't die, no? The upadhis are there, he continues. What is his experience like at the Vyuthana sthiti? In the sthiti of Brahman, aham brahmasmi anumoti. Saya evam vit is aham brahmasmi anumoti. Then asmad lokat pretya ke baad, upadhis are transcended. All the nirapekshata has gained. Then how he as a Jivan Mukta expresses outside is etamannamaya atmanam upasankramati ityadi. What is the meaning of this third sentence? Saya evam vita, we have understood through this process the one who discovered himself to be that Brahman. Asmad lokat pretya means no more he is interested in the drushta adrushta ishya vishaya. Therefore, he is totally nirapeksha. Thus, no even one single thought of desire coming to his mind to make him extroverted or taking him away from the Atma, self. दो बातें हो गई. सयश्चायम पुरुषे नहीं सय एवं वितो अस्माद लोकात प्रेत्य. Now third one, एतमन्नमयम आत्मानम उपसंक्रामति. This is what we have to understand. What is the meaning? एतम निरपेक्षो भूत्वा एतम यथा व्याख्यातम अन्नमयम आत्मानम उपसंक्रामति. So as the Annamaya was explained earlier, that Annamaya Atmaka Upasankramanam Upasankramati, he gets into the Upasankramati. Upa Samyak Kramati. Means what? In his understanding, he goes beyond this one Annamaya Kosha. Be attentive. He goes beyond this one Annamaya Kosha. So, means what? Listen the Bhashyakara's Bhashya. Vishaya jatam annamayat pindatmanah vetrikam napashyati sarvam sthula bhutam annamayam atmanam pashyati iti artaha. It's a great, great explanation. Friends, try to catch this point. One is what? Vishaya jatam annamayaat pindatmanah vetriktam na pashyati. Just to pause here. Vishejata means the entire Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandha or all the objects of the world. Be attentive. Annamayat Pinda Atmanaha. This Annamaya Kosha we have, which is Pinda at the individual level, which we have considered so far as our own Atma. Vyathariktam Nabhashyati. He never sees there is any separation, difference between these two. Means what? As much this Annamaya Atma is me, so much the entire Vishayajatam is me. There is no difference. Or as much Vishayajatam is not me, so much this Pinda Atma Annamaya Sharira is not me. So what is now the position? This Pinda Atma Annamaya is me. Vishayas are different, not me. Therefore, we have the desires for the Vishayas. The fact is what? The Annamaya Pinda Atma made from the Vishayas only. Is there any difference between both of them? No. If that is the case, if you identify with the Pinda Atma, the Annamaya, then we should identify with everything. Why that delusion that the Annamaya Pindatma is me and the Vishayas with which the Annamaya Pindatma is made is not me? Illogical. Or the other way around. If the Vishayajatam is not me, then the Annamaya Pindatma which is made from that Vishayajatam, how this can be me? होना है तो दोनों में होना चाहिए, नहीं तो दोनों में नहीं होना चाहिए. So it's a very deep contemplative thought. Expecting us to travel along with Upanishad and reach to Aham Brahmasmi Sthiti, that this is told. We have never traveled, therefore we don't understand. फिर भी हम फंसे रहते हैं आत्मा में, अन्नमय आत्मा में. इसलिए मुश्किल होता है समझना. But the point is very high level of subtlety, high subtle level clarity has come to him. What is that? I being Brahman permeating the entire universe. If that is so, the entire universal Vishejatam must be me if I want to identify. If not, then when I am not identified with any of the Vishejatam, because I am that Brahman which is not touched by them, then I must be not touched by this particular one Pindatma. Is it not? How come this biasness of identify with one set of Panchakosha and denying the other? करना है तो सबसे करो, नहीं तो ये भी छोड़ दो. That is the meaning of Vishaya Jatam, means entire Vishayas, Annamayat Pindatmanah Vyatiriktan na Pashyati. Therefore, all is objectified and said as Anatma. One way of seeing at it, including our Deha, with which we had the Atma Bhava earlier, but all the other thing of the world is rejected as Anatma, and because it is Anatma, then only towards it the Raga, Dvesha, Kama, Krodha are there. One way of this, in which even this Annamay के साथ आत्मत भाव को छोड़ दिया हमने. As much the Vishayajātam is not me, so much this Annamaya Pindatma is not me. The second way is beautiful. What it is? Sarvam Stula Bhutam Annamayam Atmanam Pashyati Tyartha. Or the entire Stula Bhuta Jagata, whole Virat Purusha, he takes as his own self. Atmanam Pashyati Tyartha. Because it cannot exist without me. Therefore, I myself am the entire Virat Purusha. I am not limited to Virat Purusha. Virat Purusha is me only. Like I am only the Jagrat Purusha. Doesn't mean I am limited only to Jagrat Avastha. I am there in Swapna Sushupti also. So in the same way, the entire Virat Purusha, which is called Sthola Jagat, is everything is me only. Be attentive, we try to catch the point. Earlier, only this one Pindatma me. Now, either even this Pindatma also is not me like the entire world, or like this Pindatma is me, entire Virat Rupa is me. Therefore, there is no thing other than me in this world. Therefore, what would be my expression? Same thing as I was having earlier with this one Pindatma, but now not with one Pindatma, but for the entire universe. Therefore, any body, everywhere it is there, whether it is animal, man, plant, or the bird, all of that is me only, my own Stula Sharira. Therefore, there is no this separation that this is me, that is not me. That outlook comes while he expresses in the world outside. That is the Shruthi. Now imagine if that is the case, like you have 7 children. Towards all children, you have your parent feeling. They are all yours. You don't have any disparity in them. Have 7, but sab mere hi bach. You see the dog, it has 7, 8 cubs, whatever you call pets. 5 hai, 2 nahi hai. So it looks for the other 2 kahan gaye. When those 2 also, they come, enjoy. So too you can see that a hen, he has got 6, 7 small chicks there. 5 आ गए, 2 नहीं आए, अरे कहाँ गए? So too you can see the ducks. है ना? 6 ducks following, 3 have not followed. See? सुअर की भी देखो, है ना? The swine. It has 10 children at one go. 7, 9 are there. 10th is not there. Even dog. In this world, you can see Sarvatmya Bhava. In the same way, there is nothing in the Virat Rupa which is not me, please. This is where we have to reach to. Therefore, as much I love this, so much I love all. As much I protect this, so much I protect all. As much I serve this, so much I serve all. So, Vyutthana Dasha mein, Sarva Virat Rupa is me, not only this one. Therefore, the behavior will be like that. He caters to the protection of all Annamayas in the world. Never a thought comes ki that is not me. Vyutthana Dasha. Not what is the other Vyutthana Dasha nahi hai. The dusra Dasha kya hai? He is in the Brahma Anubhuti. So in the Anubhuti Dasha, Aham that Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Then in the Vyavahara Dasha, entire Stula Virat is me. And let us, before experiencing Aham Brahmasmi and discovering entire universal Virat Purusha is me, let us practically do it from right now onwards. That is the way. And the only way by which, again, the strong hold of Aham Devasmi, we can get freed from. There's no other way. जितना अपने स्थूल अन्नमय शरीर से समष्टि स्थूल अन्नमय का सेवा करते हैं, उतना इसका तादात्म्य से हम छूट जाते हैं. जितना नहीं करते हैं सेवा and use the samashti annamaya, means the things and beings, for the propitiation of this vyashti annamaya, then we become stronger in the annamaya tadatmya, and then we suffer the limitations of it. It's very subtle thing it is. Immediately वो पकड़ में नहीं आता, थोड़ा सोचना पड़ता है, टाइम लगता है उसके लिए. And the ones you and I having millions of vasanas of aham devasmi throughout the day living only at that level, it becomes more tough also to catch this point. That is why through Viveka Vairagya, when we have sufficiently kept the world away, then only in that pure heart these things are easily listenable, understandable, digestible and acceptable. Not otherwise. So everything in universe in that Samashti Virat Rupa, मैं ही हूँ सब. Now I am not only in this one. Remember, he expresses through this, but not conditioned by this. Expresses through this, but not conditioned by this. Sarvam Virat. And to this, when the yoga sadhanas are added, then he gets a special abilities to express through all the Annamaya koshas. वो वेदांत से नहीं होता, वो योग साधना से होता है. Vedanta just discards the one upadhi and becomes one with the Brahman. Then after that, he knows everything is me only, but expressing through this. But in the yoga sadhana, the different techniques are there, wherein he can express through his chosen upadhis. That is the gift of the yoga. They are all called siddhis. And they are of no use as regard the moksha is concerned. They are bondage. They are all antaraya actually. Dekho? They antaraya. Even the siddhis are antaraya. We will see in that Vibhuti Pada, all that in the Yoga Darshanam. Now, once we have understood that either I am not even this Vyashti Pindatma or I am the Samashti Virat Rupa. Now, the same thing follows in the next four shlokas. Four layers are the koshas. That is what is said by the Upanishad mantra. Etam pranamayam atmanam upasankramati manomayam vijnanamayam anandamayam. Because the logic is that when I am this one panchakosha sharira, then in this one panchakosha, annamaya, panchamahabhutamid, then the pranamaya which is there inside this annamaya alone was me. अब now ये अन्नमय नहीं हूं मैं, तो टोटल अन्नमय या विराट रूप में हूं. Therefore, obviously, only the pranamaya functioning in me is not me. The entire pranamaya in the universe is me. That is the meaning of pranamaya upasankramanam. So he says that as what? Ki annamaya matra bhashyam tahta abhyantaram etam pranamayam sarva annamaya atmastam avibhaktam. See? No more differentiation of only this pranamaya kosha is me, all other pranamaya kosha are not me. Like only the annamaya kosha is me, others are not me. That is transcended in the earlier case. Here also, pranamaya tadatmya also, from one individual isolated is transcended. Entire pranamaya kosha samashti is me. Therefore, what is the sadhana here? Which obviously happens to a jnani, which we have to practice, is as much this pranamaya kosha of mine is hungry and thirsty, so much every of the pranamaya kosha of the world. Clear? So, uh, at the gross physical action level, as many pranamaya koshas, though it is one without second, I can cater, I do it. Whatever I cannot do, I pray. That, oh Lord, every jiva in the universe get the bhojanam, food and water all the time. That would be the prayers of that individual who is no more an individual. Anywhere, whether a person is known or unknown or animal or bird, कोई भी हो, ये उनके प्राणमय कोश से तादात्म्य में है. Therefore, he gives his food to him. And the one who offered the food to this person, he becomes angry. आपके लिए हमने लाया, आप क्या है उनको दे रहे हो? Which is very tough for them to understand that this person has risen above one isolated pranamaya kosha tadatmya and seeing the whole universal pranamaya kosha as one and is identifying with that. Therefore, he knows that expression and the expression of the pranamaya kosha in the front, in the upadhi which is in front, is more hungry and more requiring the food. Therefore, he recognizes it and he gives it. But the one who gives them, मैंने आपको दिया, आप उनको कैसे दे रहे हो? Then that Mahatma says, Maharaj, you have given me, but I don't have me as pranamaya. All pranayama is your. So wherever the hunger is, there I supplied. So there the hunger expressed. Therefore it is given there. I have no difference. I have no problem. But the fellow who gave food, he doesn't understand. मैंने आपको आपके प्रति भक्ति प्रेम से खाने को दिया. You know, like somebody brings all the fruits and sweets to us. So all the Yuva Kendra members, they are seated. Within a minute's time, we distribute to all of them. Not even one thought. How it happens? Because in them the Annamaya Kosha is me only. They need more. That Annamaya Kosha needs this more. They were given. Not even a thought that I should eat or enjoy. Very high. A whole Pranamaya Kosha is one. Imagine that state of being. Either discard this Pranamaya Kosha Tadatmya or identify the total. This is the meaning of Pranamayam Atmanam Upasankramati. The Upasankraman is what? Asmad Lokat Prete is done. Because he has risen above Drushta, Adrushta, Ishta, Vishayata, Adatmya, Sankalpa. Therefore, individual Upadhi se transcend karke, he will identify the total. Upasankramati means goes near to the identity of the total Upadhi. Either no Upadhi or total Upadhi. No identifying one Upadhi and separating other Upadhis. ऐसा नहीं रहेगा. Excellent, is it not? Then any jiva's hunger is my hunger. So I feed them. They become. So to third one, etam manomayam atma novasangramati. Don't miss this thought. Even the manomaya atma is same. Therefore, all sentiments and emotions of love, forgiveness, etc., which I used to seek, they are the ones which are spread in the whole world. All the emotions of hatred, vengeance, badla lena, anger, which I don't like to my mind, so that I don't give to anyone. This is actual spiritual sadhana. Not sitting doing japa, not just listening to Vedanta. कुछ नहीं करता है except time pass. Rather sometimes time waste. This thing is called real practice. And when Brahman is discovered, it happens like this. Therefore, for the Brahman to experience, we have to make these things happen consciously. From now onwards, International Yoga Day, our sadhana is what? At all kosha levels, we identify the samashti, not the veshti. So express love, concern, forgiveness to all. Don't hurt anyone with any sentiments, feelings, emotions. So to etam vijnanamayam atmanam upasangramati, as much we want our knowledge, our intelligence to be acknowledged and appreciated. Now onwards, the only one Vijnanamaya Kosha is there, Samashti level. It expresses sometimes that place or this place. Therefore, let us acknowledge the intellectual understanding and glory and genius of anyone in this world, irrespective of whatever they are. Because there are no two Vijnanamaya Koshas, it is only one Samashti. So, Annamayam Atmanam Pashyati Martha means Sarvam Stulabhutam Annamayam Atmanam Pashyati, Sarvam Vijnanamayam Atmanam Pashyati. Okay, then the final one is Anandamayam. So, the giving of the Ananda or the bliss. As I want to give Ananda to me, rest to me, peace to me. So, to give the happiness, peace, and bliss to the whole universe wherever. That is called as Anandamayam Atmano Vasankramati. Clear? The final thing is what is may means what? Atha adrushye anatme anirukte anilayane avayam pratishtam vindate. So this is a proof that he is God the Pratishtha. Avaya Pratishtha is one without second Pratishtha in that Brahman which is adrushye anatme anirukte anilayane. So therefore, wherever the Veshti Tadatmayas are there, they don't allow us to enter into the Brahmanamoti. Therefore, from the Veshti to the Sameshti, when you merge our Upadhis and identify the Sameshti Upadhi, it is easy to transcend the Sameshti Upadhi to discover that Adrushya Anatmya Nirukta Anilene Brahmavastu. Establishing our oneness with him is called Avayam Pratishtam Vindate Ityarthaha. That is the meaning of this. Okay, now there are 7-8 pages of discussion of question answers between the Purva-Paksha and Siddhanti, which is very time consuming and mind consuming and very engrossing and interesting for those who want to. For others, it is very heavy and boring. But academically, as we have committed to study, we will study. We will try our best to simplify the things in trying to explain. So from here, the subsequent question answers will come. Discussion. Okay. The three main topics or questions or points are taken for analysis between the Siddhanti and Purvapaksha. I'll just read out one or two lines just to see it tomorrow. What is it? Tatra etat chintyam. This is now at this context. Let us spend some time for this contemplation or thinking. Who is saying it? Siddhanti. भाई थोड़ा रुक कर चिंतन करते हैं, कॉन्टेम्पलेशन करते हैं, है ना, थोड़ा सा विचारणा करते हैं. बिकॉज वट एवर वी आर डूइंग अर्लियर इट वॉज जस्ट इन वन फ्लो. कोई साधना किए ना करें, वॉज इंटेलेक्चुअली वी आर ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड इट. थोड़ा सा वी नेवर मीन व्हाट वी स्टडी वेदांत. देखो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता चिंतन नहीं करने का. हाँ बस श्रुति माता बता रहे, आचार्य बता रहे, हम सुन रहे, होगा होगा तो होगा, नहीं तो नहीं. That's our way. But Shankar Bhagwan doesn't want to leave it. Some intricate, subtle topic he is taking up for discussion, which is really lengthy. What is this? What is the topic of Chintanam? Discussion, contemplation. He has three questions. One, Kaha ayam evam with? Who is this Saya evam with? Sahaya evam with, you said. But who is this? Kaha ayam evam with? Who is this fellow? Evam with. Is it Brahma or is it Jiva? Very interesting discussion. Huh? We'll struggle to try to explain it. Second question is, Katham va sankramati? How he is sankramanam, identifying the total upadhi or rising above the all upadhis? Katham va sankramanam? Third one, what? Ki, Kim parasmad atmanah anya sankramana karta pravibhakta atah sa eva iti. So, kim parasmad atmanah asya sankramanakarta? Hmm? So, other than Paramatma, the Jiva is there. He is the one doing the Sankramanam, or the Paramatma himself. So, Sankramanam is obtaining. So, is the Paramatma only obtaining, or the Jivatma is obtaining? Second question is what? Katam va Sankramati, how he obtains. The first one was, who is this fellow who is obtaining? Kaha ayam, kaha ayam evam with. Who is the knower of this actually? And then how he does the Sankramanam. Then who is the Sankramana Karta? Is it Jiva or Brahma? These three questions will be discussed. Then the पूर्व पक्षी शुरू में कहते हैं इसकी जरूरत नहीं वगैरह वगैरह. Guru Maharaj keeps on answering. It's very twisting one, very subtle one. But we try to study this heavy portion of 6-7 pages. It may take 2 or 3 days for us. Let us invoke God's grace to give a clear picture of all this understanding. But today's take home point along with the yoga day is what? Every yoga is required at different levels of life. But we have to understand what is suitable for us, 1, 2 or 3, let us do. The purpose of all yoga should be to take us to the reality from unreal and give us liberation. असत से सत, तमस से ज्योति में, मृत्यु से अमृतत्व में ले जाने वाला कोई भी साधना योग कहलाता है. That's what our topic. The Brahma Jnani, because he transcends the Vesti Upadhi and identifies Samadhi, Samashti, we also in our sadhana, slowly from now onwards, rise above from the Vesti and cater to the needs of Samashti. That will be helpful. These are the things for our today's discussion. This Prashnottari, we will do it tomorrow. Let me see कितने पेज का मेरे किताब में. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and all में 7.5 है. तो पढ़ेंगे जितना भी है. सर्वम भगवद गुरु चरणारविंदार्पणमस्तु. ओम 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 पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परमर्षिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. ओम तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Just join in 2 minutes for Yoga Darshanam, beginning of second Padam.